Are you even taking breaks? And if so, do they help you feel re energized, nourished, and ready to keep going? Or are you left feeling drained, scatterbrained, and overwhelmed? Taking breaks, no matter how short or long, is essential to help you manage your energy and emotions so you can care for yourself and tackle your responsibilities. Learn the key to taking recharging breaks so you can feel refreshed rather than depleted. This is episode number 132, How to Take Breaks That Are Actually Recharging. Welcome to Calmly Coping. My name is Tati Garcia, and I'm a licensed therapist and coach specializing in high-functioning anxiety. I help high achievers overcome anxiety, stress, and overwhelm so they can finally stop overthinking everything. If this topic interests you, then please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you get notified whenever I release a new episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. So at the time that this episode is released, many of you are hopefully gearing up for taking some time off during the holidays, taking some time to recharge. I typically take off the week between Christmas and New Year's so that I can disconnect, spend time with my family, and then also kind of reflect and prepare for the new year ahead. So whether you're taking a longer break, like a day, a few days, or a week, or whether it's just short breaks that are scattered throughout your day, anywhere from 5 to 30 minutes to an hour, it's super important to understand how to take these recharging breaks so that you can reap the rewards that come from these breaks and this time for rest. Because it's not enough to just take time off, but it's important to be intentional with how you spend that time so that you can have a positive impact on the way that you feel, tune in to how you're feeling, and also use it as an opportunity to shift your state of mind, shift the way that you might be viewing things, and also as an opportunity for you to shift your perspective and energy levels. So often people do it quote unquote wrong. I don't like saying that people do things wrong, but wrong for you and wrong for your needs because they don't understand themselves fully and what will allow themselves to fully rest and recharge. Let's talk about that today and kind of clarify what that means and what you can do about it. So first, what does it mean to take a recharging break? So what is recharging? So it's anything that helps you to feel recovered and more energized. How do you identify what's personally recharging for you? So here are some ideas of how you can do that. So I want you to first make a list of what makes you happy, what helps you relax, what fills up your cup metaphorically, and what nourishes you. So looking at and reflecting on what are the things you're already doing in your day, what are the things that you used to enjoy doing, maybe in childhood, maybe growing up, maybe in the recent past, before things got busy or stressful. What are the things that you enjoy doing, no matter how simple, that help you to feel better? And I also want you to make a list of what are the things that drain you, what are the things that deplete you, that stress you, that frustrate you, and reflect on those and identify those so that you can fully understand. And this is something that you can bring awareness to yourself, your activities during the day or during the week. And this is something I often do with clients who are looking to improve their work-life balance, to help them to assess what are the things that I do during the day that nourish me, that help me feel better, and what are the things that I do during the day that deplete me and make me feel drained, so that we can identify what that is personally for them to help them to create more of that balance in their days. So this is a great place to start to help you to become more of a detective in your day-to-day, because so often we go through the motions and just do things and mindlessly walk through our lives, and we don't really bring attention to how the things we're doing, how the information we're consuming, how anything is really affecting your emotions, affecting your state of mind, affecting your mental health. And so it's not about completely removing anything that's depleting and potentially triggering, but it's about understanding more about that, understanding more about yourself and how those things influence you, so that you can cope with and work through those things, and then also maximize the things that help you to feel better. So here is the number one recharging thing before you even look at any of those things: getting enough sleep. So if you're not getting enough sleep, then you can do all the things that I suggest in this episode and you're never gonna feel fully recharged, because sleep is the most essential thing to help you to feel fully refreshed, to help you to think better, to help your brain actually retain memories and process emotions and manage anxiety and other difficult things that might be coming up for you. So sleep is the number one thing that I suggest you focus on if that is an area where you're lacking. So make sure that you're getting a full night of sleep that is restorative, that you wake up feeling like you've slept enough. And if you struggle with things like anxiety keeping you up at night or overthinking, I have an episode on what to do when overthinking is keeping you up at night that you can check out in the description, or you can click on the corner if you're watching on YouTube. And I also have a free course, How to Calm Your Mind So You Can Relax, that I'm going to leave a link for in the description, so you can learn more about accessing that. So here is a list of some common recharging activities that you may find helpful. Things like meditation or breath work, going for a walk, doing yoga or stretching, or any form of exercise. Any creative activities like coloring, doing like those adult coloring books or puzzles or word games or arts and crafts or anything else like that that's allows you to have a focus, but your mind can also wander. Maybe you can listen to music at the same time, or something that's gonna allow you to have a focus on something, but it's not like super stressful. Maybe it's just putting your phone on silent, putting it down, stepping away, and not being connected or attached like your phone is Velcro to your hand. If there's some nervousness about like, what if somebody reaches out to me or needs me, having it somewhere where it's still within your reach. So you're still able to hear if somebody contacts you, but you're able to still step away and do something that maybe doesn't involve the phone. Things like having a nourishing snack or meal, especially because I know a lot of times with high achievers and with people who are super busy and focused on getting things done, it can be easy to skip meals, easy to just not have breakfast or work through your lunch. So taking a break where you are taking the time to have a nourishing snack, nourishing meal is going to allow you to really feel re-energized. Reading a book or reading articles or anything else that you enjoy, listening to music, maybe it's playing video games, watching your favorite TV show, cleaning, that is if you enjoy it. And maybe the things to avoid could be like mindlessly scrolling through social media, because the thing is that we're not always aware what's going to come up and what could be potentially triggering, or what could be unconsciously influencing your emotions, the way you feel, the way you think about things without you being aware of it. Social media, I have an entire episode on that you can check out. As a few episodes ago, but there's a whole lot to go along with that and how that can influence anxiety and high functioning anxiety that's important to be aware of. Another thing to avoid is never taking breaks. So it's essential to take breaks to recharge so that you can feel better and so that you can show up as your best. And so taking breaks, no matter how short, is super important. And also it's important to avoid doing things that are going to potentially add stress. So if there's something that you know is stressful for you, then see if it's possible to avoid doing that thing on a break. Maybe like checking the news or anything else like that. So I mentioned before that I like to take off the week between Christmas and New Year's as a time to recharge and a time to reflect and get ready for the new year ahead. And I know that at the new year, that is the time when people want to be setting goals and creating a plan. And so because of that, I'm hosting a live workshop on how to cultivate a calm mind in 2023. In this workshop, I'm going to guide you through setting up your year so that you're caring for yourself and your mental health. And I'm going to give you tools and things that you can use to ensure that you sustain these healthy habits and this healthy mindset throughout the year. And this is geared specifically for people struggling with high functioning anxiety. If you want to learn more and get access to the event, you can go to calmlycoping.com/2023. That is 2023 to learn more and to register so that you can join us. It's going to be taking place January 4th, 2023 at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. So now let's talk about a plan, how to take recharging breaks, when and how you want to take them. So if possible, it's best to make a plan. This can be determining, depending on the type of work that you have, depending on the type of schedule or day that you have, maybe you can set a timer. I recently installed an app on my computer program called Be Focused. It allows me to set a timer and say, all right, I'm going to do focused work for X amount of time, and then the alarm's going to go off, and then I'm going to take a break. You could simply just set a regular timer and do that. Just as a reminder, because sometimes we can get sucked into things and it can be helpful to give you some structure and to help you to remember when to take breaks. Another thing is if your schedule is broken up with like meetings or something else that is already scheduled, then maybe determining, okay, I'm going to have 2 or 3 meetings or 2 or 3 clients, and then I'm going to take a break and I'm going to take 30 minutes for my lunch or whatever it might be. So having that plan in advance and something as simple as scheduling time in your calendar for breaks can be super helpful and help you to stick to taking those breaks. And I want you to identify your go-to activities that are recharging, and you can experiment with this, but really identifying and reflecting upon what is it that helps you feel whatever way you want to feel. So you can work your way backwards and say, okay, I want to feel recharged after my break. So what is it that helps me feel recharged? Or I want to feel calmer after my break. What is it that helps me feel calmer? Or I want to feel happier after my break. What is it that helps me be happier? So you get the point. So kind of assessing what's the feeling that you want to achieve, and then what can you do that's going to help you to feel that way. And then reward yourself with that activity or that thing that comes with taking a break, or just reward yourself in general for taking a break, because just the act of taking a break is super valuable, especially when you're taking intentional breaks. It can be so helpful to just help you to enjoy the journey rather than waiting for the end of the day or waiting for the weekend. When you take breaks that are recharging, that you enjoy, that allows you to enjoy more of your day and just to feel better. So here are some examples of what I've been doing recently to take breaks. So I work from home, so I have the convenience of and the privilege of being able to just have my stuff here so that I can do the things that are important to me. So like I recently started a puzzle. And so sometimes when I take my breaks, I'll go and do some of the puzzle, for example, or read a book or do some other activity like that. I've been watching my favorite shows on my breaks sometimes. One show that I've been watching has been Community, because I like their nice short episodes, and it's a comedy, which the show is hilarious. And so it always puts me in a good mood. So that's an example of me being intentional with like, all right, if I know I want to feel happy, if I know I want to feel good, I'm going to watch an episode of Community, and that's going to put me in that mindset. And things like going for a walk can be helpful, especially when I'm feeling stuck, when I'm wanting to get into idea mode. I find that going for a walk really helps me out with that. And it's not trying to force ideas or force thinking about things, but I'm just allowing myself to be present, allowing my body to go, and then, my mind kind of just does its own thing. And sometimes ideas end up coming to me in that way, or I just feel less stressed overall. So I want you to reflect upon and identify, taking these tips, what are the recharging things that you can do today, this week, whenever, so that you can start to care for yourself more and then show up better and more energized when you return from that break, no matter how long it is. And let's continue the conversation in my free Facebook community for Calmly Coping. You can join us by going to calmlycoping.com/group. And I'd love to hear your thoughts on this question. What types of activities are most recharging for you? And don't forget, if you're interested in that live workshop to get 2023 off to a great start, you can go to calmlycoping.com/2023 to learn more and register. While you wait for next week's episode, I have other episodes about decreasing anxiety, adopting a healthy mindset, and managing your time and energy. So be sure to check out these episodes here. Thank you so much for tuning in today, and until next time, be calm.